One late night, Killer Bean, an agent of the Shadow Agency, calls a DJ at a nearby warehouse party to lower the music's volume as it is causing a disturbance. The DJ does not listen to his request, prompting Killer Bean to shoot everyone at the warehouse. The DJ reveals he is a nephew of Cappuccino, a notorious crime boss and drug lord, after Killer Bean confronts him. After the shooting, Detective Cromwell and a police officer investigate the crime scene. Vagan, a lackey for Cappuccino, arrives near the warehouse and is informed by Cromwell about Killer Bean's involvement in the shooting. Later that morning, Killer Bean is interrupted by his superior in an attempt to assassinate Cromwell. Killer Bean's superior chastises him for shooting up the warehouse and to kill the actual target. Meanwhile, Jet Bean, another agent from the Shadow Agency, is eating at a restaurant and is assigned to kill Killer Bean. Before leaving the restaurant, Jet Bean is notified about the bill and knocks out an enraged chef after refusing to pay it.
I said I'll pay when I get back.
At that same time, Cappuccino learns of his nephew's death and orders Vagan to kill Killer Bean, and Detective Cromwell, with his colleague Harry assisting him, identifies Killer Bean, who is already at his reported location, an abandoned warehouse owned by Cappuccino. At the warehouse, Vagan ambushes Killer Bean, but it ends in both leaving unscathed. Inside a bar, Killer Bean confirms his identity to Cromwell, but declines his request to kill Cappuccino. Outside, Cromwell confronts Killer Bean about the identity of Shadow Bean, but Killer Bean refuses to provide information. Cromwell learns from Harry that a Shadow Bean refers to a member of the Shadow Agency, an organization that formerly worked with the government. Killer Bean infiltrates another warehouse owned by Cappuccino and kills the gang members and the mercenaries sent there, but he is ultimately knocked out by an explosion from Vagan's motorcycle. Cappuccino interrogates Killer Bean about his target, with Killer Bean revealing that his target is Vagan. Cappuccino, who fires Vagan, gets killed in retaliation.
Oh, by the way, Vagan, you're fired!
Killer Bean and Vagan have a standoff, with the latter revealing that he is a former agent of the Shadow Agency who stole their databases after realizing the agency went from vigilantes to mercenaries who will serve anyone and assassinating those who question it. Killer Bean shoots Vagan out of denial, but Vagan warns him the agency will go after him next before dying.
Doesn't matter now. We're both dead beans.
Cromwell, who witnessed the infiltration from afar, arrives with the entire police force, prompting Killer Bean to surrender as it could protect him from the agency. Upon learning of Killer Bean's arrest, Jet Bean intentionally gets himself arrested in order to see Killer Bean. At the police station, he kills every police officer there and confronts Killer Bean in his jail cell. Jet Bean tells Killer Bean that Vagan was a threat to the Shadow Agency, confirming Killer Bean's suspicion about them. The confrontation leads into a fight between the two and ends in Jet Bean's death. Outside the station, Killer Bean informs his boss about an upcoming meeting and drives away in a police van full of weapons.